Hey everyone. Well, I wanted to come and share with you to see if this was a deal or a dud. I don't know. That's probably not the right verbiage. But in either case, um, I put a video out or talked about a video that said to use the tops of a water bottle and put them over, some dirt where you had already planted seeds, and it would be like, an aquarium so that it roots faster, right? Well, in this one case, it was a guy who was talking about a little cherry tomato and how you could like cut one in half and root it the same way. And I thought, that's odd. I've done this all my life, but I've never seen it done this way. Well, he said that it would be 3 days and you would have a whole plant ready to go. Well, with the weather the way it was, that didn't work out. It got drowned, it got frozen, all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to give up yet. I'm going to try again. So I did. And I don't know, is it a deal or a dud? We're going to find out. Well, together. I just wanted to do this together because I really don't know what tomato leaves look like. So anyways, this is what I did. I went ahead and put this in here. I cut off the top of a bottle, in which case, it got nice and moist and warm in there. Kept this pretty wet, actually. It actually made it through the freeze and everything else before I started seeing all these things springing up. So, are these tomato leaves or what? I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, because he said that this plant right here, I will find out in a minute because I'm going to pray that I planted it in good soil, right? And dig in here and see if this happened and if it's for real. And guess what? It's for real. I do believe, because that's where the tomato is. No, yeah, okay. So there's the tomato. I'm not showing it on film here. But that's the tomato right there that I cut in half. So these look like a bunch of, tomato leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and follow through with the rest of the instructions that he said, was to plant these sideways. It said plant them sideways in the ground. And this is also a sweet cherry tomato plant. So I'm going to go ahead and find some room. And this is amazing how the little seeds just kind of came out of there. And with all that rain and that little bottle over it acting as an aquarium. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. I knew I had my nuts out here for a reason. Also went ahead, and even though those tulips froze and got dyed, that's it. I went ahead and, I'm drying the bottom out, and I'm going to go ahead and put them back in the soil as well. So maybe I can get my tulips back, right? That's when it froze on Valentine's Day. Well, anyways, everything's coming up roses. Doing my best out here that I can under these beautiful blue skies. I'm noticing, my goodness, this is how I started my herbs indoors, was like that. Yet they flourished and took off immediately. And now I'm seeing that because of all the rain and everything, they actually have flowered. So I'm going to have to pinch them back. The reason why I stress that word, pinching them back, you don't cut plants. It's a living thing, right? So you pinch them. They're little enough to pinch. And look at this rose bush. Amazing. It made it through the freeze. It looks like everything's coming up roses, and I can't wait for those to come up. This over here, I think I've got 2 gladiolas out of that. I know I have 1 lily on the other side, and I do have daffodils that I planted here, so we'll see what happens here as well. Well, you never know what happens here at Debbie's Bed and Breakfast. So, along with the plants, right, we're to govern over them. And the animals, and notice that the animals need our help this year. And the plants, they need our help. You know, I'm thinking with this weather and, okay, dangerous. Okay, I'm just saying, how's that? With this weather and everything else, it's like, do they really want us to grow anything? Because as soon as people seem to start something, they seem to get ruined because of the weather. How can we go from 90 to 30 and back up to 90 again, right? All right. But I prayed over this garden. Yes, I did. In Jesus' name, to protect it from the elements. So, looking up always. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the way to the rapture. Absolutely on the right path, right? Looking up and saying, this is Debbie from Texas. Peace out, Maranatha. Jesus is coming.